Hello everybody, welcome to a World of Warship Blitz video, and I've had a request to provide the top 10 winningest tech tree ships. So for those people that may not have or have the desire for premiums or have the opportunity for premiums, let's go through the top 10 winningest tech tree ships. So my win rates aren't quite as high as maybe other people because I play a lot of solo games. I do place teams on occasion, but for the most part it's solo games. Anyway, we will start with number 10. Number 10 is the tier 6 German battleship, the Bayern, which I have sold at least 3 times, or maybe I've sold it twice and I won it back and I finally decided that I'd keep it. And after 17 games, now this is within the last 6 months, by the way, so this isn't of all time, so it's a more fair comparison, and I'll explain why it's a more fair comparison, because I'm not having some of my ancient games dragging those numbers down. Yep, so the Bayern, 17 games in the last 6 months, 64.71% win rate. The Bayern's not a bad ship, its dispersion at range is a bit of a problem, and I found that it's a bit slow and its secondaries are, well, a bit anemic compared to the Gneisenau, which follows the Bayern at tier 7, but the Gneisenau doesn't have the same win rate. At number 9 is the Iron Juke. All the way down there, the Iron Juke is an excellent ship, an excellent British battleship, but still, after 29 games, I've only managed a 65.52% win rate in it, and that's probably just over aggression, which is my usual downfall. So yes, I do recommend the Iron Juke, and you'll see why shortly, because, well, anyway. At number 8, and part of the reason why I recommend the Iron Juke is because it's on the way to the Monarch, which is the tier 8 British battleship, for a 65.57% win rate after 61 games. The Monarch is a lovely ship. It actually has the David Beattie captain in it. The Iron Juke never had such a luxury. So yeah, so the Monarch comes with the exceptional heel and the all the benefits, the sixth sense that David Beattie brings. At number 7, so 10, 9, 8, 7, this will be a surprise to a lot of people. They will not be expecting it. If I got you to write down what number 7 was, I doubt that any of you would get it right, because number 7 is the tier 5 British cruiser, the Emerald. Now, the Emerald isn't a super overpowered ship by any stretch of the imagination, but with those smokes and those torpedoes, it is a very effective ship in the right hands, and that earns it a 66.67% win rate, exactly 2/3 after 12 games only, admittedly, but that's with a competent commander. At tier 5, the Emerald can do extremely well, so definitely don't underestimate the Emerald. I know that some people treat it as a non-ship. Do that at your peril. Okay, number 6. Number 6 will be very familiar for those of you who may have been watching the video as I've been reading this out, is the Fiji. 88 games in the last 6 months, which is quite a lot, with a 67.5% win rate, over 2/3 of battles won. I love the Fiji. Its torpedoes are, well, torpedoes are aero denial weapons. Its guns, it has phenomenal numbers of guns compared to the Leander, and it makes short work of destroyers, and it makes reasonably good work of French battleships, anything lightly armoured. If anybody senses a theme coming on, then feel free to comment, because at number 5, we're in the top half. Number 5 Tech Tree winningest ships is the tier 9 British light cruiser, the Neptune, which surprises me because I don't really enjoy the Neptune anywhere near as much as the other ships, and I don't feel like I win as many battles as I do. But the stats don't lie. 28 games, 67.87% win rate. I should probably grind to the Minotaur, but Yeah, well, that just takes forever. So, anyway, the Neptune at tier 9, the British light cruiser, the Neptune, it doesn't feel like a light cruiser, comes in at number 5. Now, number 4, before we talk too much about number 4, I did a video around the top winningest battleships, and I talked about the fact that it's the player less than the ships, because at number 4 we have the Leander at 68.9% win rate. Lovely Leander, it's a great little ship. Obviously at tier 6 it's not quite like this capable opponents, but still good little ship. Now, when I talked earlier about being the last 6 months and being a fairer comparison, at number 3 I have a ship that is actually my lowest win rate for all time, but is actually number 3 in the last 6 months, which is the tier 7 German heavy cruiser, the York, at 69.23% after 13 games. Great little fire starter. Definitely recommend it. It is a great ship, and it goes to show that some of these, like the Leander, the York, the Emerald, go to show that it's not actually the ship, it's more the ship suiting the player. Until we get to number 2, the Fusion at 80% win rate after 25 games. That's a massive jump. I don't enjoy deep water torpedoes, so for the Fusion to be at 80%, that's probably a sign that the ship is a little bit overpowered. And at number 1, for those that haven't already guessed, is the Orion at 83.3% after 24 games. That was my most winningest battleship. Spoiling the video that may have come before this one if you haven't watched it, but still, both of those ships, to my mind, are a little bit highly overpowered. Anyway, top 10 winningest Tech Tree Ships. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.